This is Attorney Mike Garland coming to you from Chicago as usual, and today we've got another horrible sovereign citizen court fail. It's deliciously awful. This is actually a guy that's been on before, and he made no sense then, and he's not making any. Let's do it.
Trial, and I'm going to permit Mr. Shaw L to participate in this trial via Zoom.
I have some objections.
I ruled, Mr. Shaw L, that I'll allow you.
Okay, and I object to your ruling.
His ruling was that you can participate by this via Zoom. If you object to that, then you can't participate via Zoom. And you can't object. It's too much. Okay, what do the boys have to do to get you to hit like and subscribe? It's pretty much all I have.
As you ordered Mr. Swirly in all these matters, 215 MR 215, the 216, and the Cadillac matter, to respond in writing to a definite statement with a definite statement of bona fide allegation of jurisdiction, pursuant to the U.S. Constitution and Title 28 Judiciary and Judicial Procedures.
Once again, I believe he is incarcerated as he questions jurisdiction.
As the prosecution has failed, or Mr. Swirly has failed to present what system of laws the court is operating under, I have not been made aware of the material allegation that give this court any jurisdiction to proceed.
Oh boy, I know the quality of this clip is not great. We've got vertical video of a computer monitor, but this is the clip I've got. I'm also going to try to fix the volume because it just dropped off for no good reason. I'm sure because, you know, it's not set up well.
Over property rights without the law being presented as to which system of laws the court is operating under. So the jurisdiction is being challenged. You indicated that they indicated that December 20th, 2020, that a response was made. That I have received no response in regards to any matter concerning the material allegation of jurisdiction. The prosecution has also failed to place within the order that you indicated for him to respond in writing.
Anything else?
Yeah, I want my objection noted, and this is a court of record. Will this be able to be transcribed?
Yeah, okay. Your objection's been noted.
Yes, it is. This is all electronically recorded.
I want to know, what is your lawful reasoning for the denial of the motion to dismiss and allowing the forfeitures to pass in 215 and 216 in the Cadillac?
Because you failed to file a claim within the 45-day time frame.
Don't you hate it when you ask a dumb question but get a really good answer?
And this is your lawful reasoning?
That is the statutory reason, and I am.
So
yeah, apparently there's a notice provision of 45 days in this statute, and he didn't comply with it. Of course he didn't comply with it. He doesn't know anything about it. And, you know, that's where you are.
Oh, so is this a statutory jurisdiction that the court is operating under?
I am going to follow the statute that applies to these cases.
So is this a statutory jurisdiction you're indicating that the court is operating under?
I am operating under the general jurisdiction that is bestowed to this court by the Illinois Constitution, and I am bound to follow the statutory law that is in effect for this case, which is the Civil Forfeiture Act. And that's
okay. So what book of rules that governs the Civil Forfeiture Act. And
Black's Law Dictionary. Okay, just kidding. I don't know how he thinks it's a good argument to ask this. What book of rules? I mean, if you're making an argument on your own behalf, you should know what you're citing, what authority you're doing. This pretending. Well, he's not really pretending. He doesn't know anything. But this sort of just asking questions thing. It's like the judge doesn't have to respond to that. It doesn't make any sense.
And you indicated, are you indicating that you represent the Illinois state constitution?
I didn't indicate I represent anyone. I'm the judge.
So
see, he's the judge here. That's why he's got the black robe on.
You operate off the Illinois. You represent the Illinois state constitution as a judge.
Constitution. I took an oath to uphold the Constitution.
To uphold the Illinois state constitution?
That's correct.
You just got nowhere to go with that.
And what book of rules governs the code of what you say, the code of civil procedure? What gives that the effect of law?
Well, I'm not going to debate.
No, sir, you cannot be unresponsive. I maintain that you being unresponsive is misleading. As you and the prosecution are operating under a secret jurisdiction, and I demand it be disclosed in regards to my property being confiscated without due process of law.
You, Mr. Chappell, were served with a notice of the forfeiture, and you failed to respond within the 45-day time period in both case number 17MR216 and 17MR215. As a result, that in each cases is forfeited by virtue of statute. That is the ruling of the court.
Okay, so objection. Are you indicating that this court is operating under statutory jurisdiction?
Oh my Lord, we've been through this. This is interesting. Apparently some civil asset forfeiture. I've never dealt with anything involving that in my life. I think that's, if like, if you're a drug dealer and they confiscate your car and sell it off, that's a civil asset forfeiture. The government can do that and use the proceeds. It's actually fairly controversial, and there's some good defenses to these sorts of things. This guy is nowhere near any of them. He doesn't understand anything. But I think he's already in prison. He's lost his appeal. That was the last video I did on him. And now he had something taken from him. I'm sure that, to defray some of the costs or restitution for his crimes.
I am operating based upon the statute that applies to these cases.
Let the record show that the prosecution has failed to present a definite statement of bona fide allegation of jurisdiction, as the court has instructed it to do so, and the court now is superseding the supreme law of the land by indicating that a statute which has no effect in law supersedes the Constitution for the United States of America and the treaties made. You're estopping by remaining silent. You're refusing to answer my question in regards to which system of laws this court is operating under in order for me to prepare a defense. What's been presented by the prosecution does not indicate, as I've stated in writing, that in the declaration, that there's no system of laws being presented for me to prepare a defense in regards to my property being confiscated.
You missed it, my friend. Apparently there's you have to respond within 45 days. If not, it proceeds. I'm not familiar with the statute, but that's what I'm gathering from this very hearing. You blew it, and that's that. They don't owe you the rest of it. That's the short answer. The judge has to be more judgy about it. I like this judge. He's good. He's like super flat and boring here, but that's what he's doing. He's just giving them the base response, but he knows exactly what he's doing.
Stolen. So why have you decided not to instruct the prosecution, or not instruct the prosecution, but to be provided this information by the prosecution that you clearly asked him to present in writing?
Oh my God. What he's trying to say is, why didn't you order the prosecution to give you what I asked for? The answer is because there's no basis for it whatsoever, but it's so hard to hear him try to spit it out.
Now you're retracting.
Because you failed to do what you were supposed to do under the law. And as a result, the property...
Under what law? This is where which system of laws is the court operating?
The Civil Forfeiture Act, apparently, and the Civil Code of Procedure. We've been through this.
You're steady saying under the law, but you're failing to instruct the prosecution to present which system of laws the court is operating under.
What you don't like is my ruling. If you don't like my ruling, then you can appeal my ruling. But that's my ruling.
No, I'm
as usual, I really like this judge's chances on appeal. I mean, a lot.
I'm being denied due process of law because your ruling lacks standing. The prosecution's complaint as well lacks standing, as the material allegation of jurisdiction is missing from the complaint and from the record in these proceedings.
Your argument lacks sanity.
In fact, these matters have been removed to an Article 3 jurisdiction.
Oh boy.
I'm unaware of any removal of these matters.
Oh, sir, the removals have been filed. The removals have been removed to a consular court jurisdiction.
What he's trying to say is I've filed another bogus removal to federal court. That's what he means by Article 3. And you'll see as it goes. Of course, what he's saying is just not so.
Judge, if I may, Mr. Shaw is incorrect. He did attempt to remove all his matters to the federal court on 2 separate occasions, and they were rejected both times by the federal court.
Objection. Mr. Swirly.
I really like the world-weary prosecutor who seems like a sharp guy or whatever, but he's like, I'm going to even get my blood up over this. He just waited for all that and said, nope, that's not it.
Is mistaken. These matters have been removed to Article 3 consular court jurisdiction.
Nope.
Removal or not?
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
No, the removals were denied, Judge, by the federal court 2 separate times on his criminal cases.
Objection. We're not speaking in regards to the other cases where the prosecution has failed to present what system of laws the court is operating under. We're speaking in regards to these matters right here have been removed to Article 3 jurisdiction. And I exercise...
No, all he's saying is that you had filed it previously and lost in the criminal stuff. Now you're attempting the same nonsense for this, maybe or maybe not, but hasn't been removed and it's not going to be removed. It makes no sense.
My right to self-determination and enter a judicial determination in regards to these matters.
Is incorrect, Judge. They have never been removed.
Sir, anything you want to state, you can place in a wet ink signature under the penalty of perjury.
Shortly to respond to your comments, Mr. Shaw, just like I've allowed you to speak.
Yeah, I like that. That would be a nice thing to have. I don't like what the other side's saying, so they can't talk. That's the rule he's now attempting to assert here.
Sir, I'm not aware of which system of laws the court is operating under, or which
that much is clear.
Which jurisdiction the prosecution, the non-prosecutor, claims to represent, or if you, for that matter, claim to represent, stating you are sworn to uphold the Illinois State Constitution. I've demanded you produce your oath of office, oath of ethics, and public hazard bonding information to perfect your title of office.
Yeah. Try it again because it works so well in your criminal case. You're sitting in the penitentiary.
office has been disabled. Therefore, I enter a judgment pursuant to my self-determination, pursuant to Article 3, Section 2, Sections 1 and 2, under the supreme law of the land, removing these matters to a lawful jurisdiction and venue.
12/8/21 at 10 a.m. Thank you. That's all for today. Mr. Schwartley, I would ask you to draft the orders with respect to 17 MR 216 and 215.
I will do that, Judge.
Well, there you have it. More fun with this guy. I still don't even know his name. I just did another video, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. Here at Law Talk, we like to have fun with silly stuff that happens in court, and every once in a while, and completely by accident, I assure you, you might learn something. Thanks for watching.